HVAC people!
All right, we got a coil change out. Lennox coil. Let's see if we can get this bad boy changed out and get some footage. All right, this is the coil that's coming out. Just hoping this gas line not in the way. My cutout valve is up here. All right, so I'm getting ready to pump it down. These are some little cheap gauges I bought maybe about a year or two ago. I only used them maybe one or two times. But I had a field piece, wireless also. But I don't think about the field piece. I just wish they had a little digital display on it, so you don't have to use the app every time, because you can be in a situation where your phone dead or your iPad dead. So if they just had a little digital, a digital face, that'd be nice if they come out with that next time. And a digital just be able to read PSI. You don't have to have all your functions to read superheat and subcooling, but you still, if you had a set of clamps, you still can convert it yourself. So that'll be nice. But right now I just don't feel like linking up the field piece, and all I'm doing is pumping down, so I just want to be able to read. All right. Uh-oh. That don't sound good. Oh, man. Alright, so I'm getting ready to pump it down. I got my disconnect right here that I pull out when I'm ready. So close the discharge line. Liquid line. Tight. Really, I don't even need the disconnect since it's not calling. I got my contractor, so I'm just gonna push this in until they read about 0. A little on that vacuum. So it's still about 12 PSI in now. That's good though. Should have brought a smaller wrench around here. That's good. So we still got about 13 PSI in now. That's good enough. We can let that out. All right. were looking to get their contractor license, I say go get it. Work for yourself. See, I'm taking my time, drinking my coffee. It's the only job I got scheduled for today. But what I'm gonna make today, it used to take me a whole week to make. So whatever job that I get, you know, rest of the week, still all profit. You know, just building. But literally, when I make out this job here, it used to take me a whole week working for a company. So I hope that's a little motivation for you. See them little circles right there, that's oil. You know, oil and water don't mix. And this coil here is obsolete, but the unit was under warranty. So I probably could have fixed it. I fixed a lot of these Lennox coils because they leak. This is what the leak was. Because this, I guess, was rubbing against this copper. I mean, it would have been an easy fix, but since it's under warranty, and they're not selling this kind no more, I guess, with this black coated stuff on here, so better to just replace it, because if I would have fixed it and it leaked somewhere else, the homeowner would have been looking at me crazy. So we'll just get them a new one since it's under warranty, and they just pay me labor. So look like they went with all aluminum on this one instead of copper. So see, it's leaking quite a bit though. Look like it's, like I say, usually rub right here and I fix it, but this one here got residue in a couple spots. Like I said, best to just change it out while it's under warranty though, and hopefully this one right here lasts longer. All right, let's see if we can get it around this gas valve. wasn't bad at all there. That wasn't bad at all. Change the dryer out. Little adhesive. It's not that bad though. right. All right, so here's the new door, but this one has the modern serial number, and that's the old one. So I'll have to come back and have to do work on it. This one here comes with a warranty also. I think it's a 10-year warranty. Of course, I gotta make sure I register it. I really don't want to burn this filter dryer out, but I'm gonna be quick, and I was able to cut this, so we should be good. So I ain't got much slack. I don't want to just keep adding copper pieces. If you got enough slack, it's best to cut both ends. At least cut one end though. That'll give it time to breathe, so you won't contaminate the rest of your system. Try not to bend this copper here. Put all that paint on it, make it hard to come off. Alright, so it's just beginning. This arrow is supposed to point always point to your evaporator, or your up towards your furnace. That's the easy way to remember. Cause I used to, when I first started, I used to get confused of which way the filter dryer go, and it has to be flowing, unless you had a buy. Which for heat pumps and you can have a bi-flow, where the arrow be pointing in both directions. But you want to make sure this arrow is pointing in the right direction, so you won't have any restrictions. basically, just always remember that your compressor is discharging. That's why people call it the discharge line or the liquid line. It's dissing out. So pumping it towards your evaporator. So always remember though, the arrow need to be pointing towards wherever your TXV or your evaporator. On the safe side, you can say TXV. That's what it's kind of trying to protect that TXV from getting clogged up. But sometimes you have TXVs at the condenser unit. I am brazing, doing a nitrogen charge also. Another currency, so I don't do this. Angle at it. I say if you knew, if I was a supervisor or owner or something like that, I really won't worry about it looking pretty right now. The customer just want to make sure it don't leak. Customer not gonna come out here and say, "Ooh, that's a nice braze." That's not happening. The technician behind you may criticize how it looks, but don't worry about how your brazing looks. The main thing is to make sure it don't leak. That's what a wise man told me. Yeah, but even when I'm doing commercial work, I never had a facility manager come out and criticize the braze joints or anything like that. So just make sure it don't leak. That's the main thing. We just don't want no leaks. Alright, so I got the liquid line closed and just going through the suction. Alright, so I'm gonna leak check there with about 100 psi. Put some soap bubbles on there and pull a vacuum. We'll be ready to go. Yeah, you just want to make sure it don't leak. Alright, Yeah, almost 100. All right, let me clean up. All right, real quick too. I usually just do my leak search all at one time, but I already leak searched in the attic since I'm working by myself, because I want to, if I did have a leak in the attic, I don't want to keep on carrying the torches up and down. So I went on leak search with the old filter dryer in at my evaporator coil. I checked with the soap bubbles and I had about 150 psi and it held up, so I know I don't have no leaks up there. And now I'm just doing it again, testing from the filter dryer up to the evaporator coil, you know. So if I had a leak, it'll be down here at the filter dryer, but look like we good to go. So now I can just put my torches up in my truck. I don't have to worry about going back in the attic. All right. All right. All right, so tip of the day, in my opinion, to be a good technician, you gotta have the right tools. You gotta have the right tools for the job. They don't have to be the best tools, they don't have to be the most name brand tools, but you gotta have the right tools for the job. So invest in your tools every week or every month. Add something to your collection so you can do the job correctly. It's gonna make the job easier, be more efficient, and you get the job done right. So invest in your tools. All right, so I'm gonna try to, it's about to look like it's about to rain on me, so I'm gonna try to hurry up. But Lennox, you got several different charging approaches, but I'm gonna use the pressure temperature. You see that 41 in the model number. So I got 41 right here. That's the capacity, so that's probably about 3.5 tons. So I'm gonna go 41, and it's about 75 degrees out here, 74, something like that. So I'm gonna go out this 75 approach right here for the outside, the ambient temperature. So it's somewhere up in here. So then this 41 right here. So I want about 7 degrees sub cooling, plus or minus 1 degree. Parentheses, that's Celsius. And this Fahrenheit, the one beside it. But they give me plus or minus 1, so I can get about 6 or 7 or 8 degrees sub cooling. We should be good. Like I said, it's about 73 degrees, so somewhere up in there we should be good. All right, so let me get the unit to call for cool. All right, so the refrigerant that I have in there now, that's the refrigerant that I had pumped down. So I got 0 degree sub cooling, 106 PSI on the suction side, and 221. Got high superheat at 30. So we'll see if we can get that sub cooling up per the chart. I already put my target in at 7. So I already got my lines purged. See if I can set these right here. So these line out purged, and I'm gonna slowly charge it on the suction side. We don't want to overcharge it, so I'm gonna put about a half a pound in there towards. Don't look like it's going to take much. At 2 degrees sub cooling. All right, so I'm gonna let that run about 5 minutes and come back. I'm gonna put a little bit more in here though, 'cause I think I'm undercharged. Well, I know I am. With these digital gauges, you can watch your sub cooling, so you shouldn't overcharge it. I barely got my suction line cracked right here. So I'm at 3 degrees sub cooling. I get up to about 4 and let it equalize itself. So I'm about 1.2 pounds. Or 1.5. I'm gonna stop it right here and let it marinate a little bit. I'm at 3.5. All right, so let that run about 5 minutes. We'll come back and check on it. 1.6 pounds. Got a 10-pound factory charge.